You know what? I want before the actual podcast, we'll talk about where we originally met, wasn't it? We actually met 8 years ago, wasn't it? 8 years ago already.
In 2012, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe the autumn of 2012.
yeah.
It was at Earl's Court, and it
Hmm.
was was it Youth Enterprise Live, something like that?
I think it was either that one or Business Enterprise, one of the two. And I remember, obviously, the company you worked for at the time, Somewhereto, which to this day I still consider that one of the best companies I've ever worked with, obviously along with yourself as well, because what they did for us was second to none. It was unbelievable. And in fact, let's talk about that actually. How long were you there for, and what is Somewhere to? What was it all about?
So I was there for 4.5 years,
Mm.
and it was quite a formative place for me. I learned a lot learned a lot, and more importantly, made a lot of great connections and firm friends. The project was called Somewhere To, and it was delivered by an agency in Brixton called Liberty, which was a pretty amazing place. Certainly had a bit of magic about it. It was a social enterprise, quite an old, established social enterprise.
Mm.
So it's like coming up to 20 years old now. And yeah, Somewhere Too was a project delivered by Liberty, and it was all about finding free space or underused space across the UK, and then uh, giving it away to young people who had great ideas, basically.
Mm.
A very simple sort of proposition, but the magic of it was in finding those young, ambitious people who didn't have anywhere to test their ideas out, and convincing people who owned great spaces to take a bit of a risk on a young person or a group of young people to sort of try out their ideas in interesting ways, with little risk, and for no sort of monetary exchange, but more of a sort of a cultural exchange, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so that's kind of what it was all about, and you were one of those bright young things who had an amazing idea and wanted to develop something and needed space. So it was kind of a perfect match, really, in terms of um, the reason Somewhere To existed. Yeah, to put amazing ideas like the hip hop orchestra
Yeah.
into spaces and literally give them some space to sort of to breathe, to test, to try stuff out, to probably to fail, to shift,
Hmm.
and so to then spin out and become something.